wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. First of all, thank you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has been giving us a lot of ni'mah so that we can gather in this beautiful mosque. And second of all, praises and peace and salvation to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has guided human life from the darkness era to the right way with all Islam. So, how are you guys? You doing good? So tonight we'll be having nightly speaking as usual. So, I mean, you know the drill. Group yourself with 5 people, and yeah, I'll give you the material for you to discuss.
Kalau setuju semua berarti kita kuis dah. Kalau setuju berarti ya setuju. Biasa ini yang lebih dominan.
What's up, man? This guy, I will leave the lingual region next year. I just speak. Yes, if you already record this man, I guess what do you think about this material, this topic? What? If we can speak English, we can understand grammar easily.
Yes, because conversation like speaking.
Point that you understand.
Speaker understand too. Yes, what we say saling memahami.
Speaking and grammar. Yeah. I just ask you, bro. Your opinion about which better, the grammar or vocabulary? Speak it. Grammar sucks. Hey, why you so toxic, bro?
If my parents teach me, teach me speaking of grammar.
Artinya adalah
Time's up. So my team has decided from the questions. So which one do you prefer to choose? Speaking or grammar? So our team has choose speaking rather than grammar, because when you able to speak English fluently and you can understand English better, you can
learn grammar easier than you if you rather than you don't understand how to speak English. So you have to prioritize how to speak and understand English first, and then after that, after you learn how to speak fluently, and then how to speak clearly, and then how to understand English, you can learn grammar easier. Because basically, uh, because basically grammar is just some arrangement of English words to make the sentence more formal. So I guess speaking is better to learn. So I guess speaking is better to learn first, and then after you learn and master how to speak English, you can continue to learn grammar. So I guess that is all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, first of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, let's cut to the cases. I know most of you agree with speaking too, but specifically there are a few reasons we have different opinions on. Some of them are, let's say, speaking. I think that guy said it right earlier. We require balls to speak, but not grammar. Yeah, we require balls to speak. Grammar, I mean, if you learn grammar, it doesn't mean you can speak, but learning how to speak helps you learn grammar. Simply, like, the first step to get good at English, and the fastest way is to keep on trying and with the speaking thing. I'm bad at construction word. I know I don't learn grammar, but speaking is the first part. Speaking is the most important part in English. It helps you communicate. Let's say in general. Also, talking to other people. Let's say, regardless how good you are with grammar. If you know how to construct the word, but you can't really like say it out properly, regardless how you can write, but you can't pronounce it. I mean, it's as much as starting from zero. If you start with speaking before grammar or anything else, you'll get used to it. Eventually, you'll get used to writing and grammars, and most of the thing that's important in grammar is just the writing part and probably the orders of using the words. You don't really need theory, but not like the one we study here. I mean, it's good, but we don't need all of them. I'll give you that. Thank you. What else? Oh yeah, one more thing. As for speakers, you need to learn how to pronounce too, though. That's the only place where you can learn how to pronounce. I know a lot of people who's good at reading, good at writing, but can't speak at all. You guys probably know. Who are they? Not me. Okay, I think that's all from me. I forgot my note. Thank you.
Where are they? Please come forward. Yeah.
Wait.
3 minutes starts from
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Has chosen, I know, like which one is important in the respective. One out.
same answer for me. So, which one do you prefer to choose, speaking or grammar? So, our team has discussed, and the answer is speaking. Because, as we know, we as an Indonesian, we can speak Indonesian fluently. Is not we learn Indonesian grammar, right? So we need to practice since we as a kid. We need to practice. We need to speak so we can speaking English fluently. And uh, the second answer is in word of word we need to speak English, and grammar is uh, not too important because uh, if we work in another country, we need to speak English, right? And that's doesn't uh, the answer of if grammar is important too, but the speaking is more important because uh, what we people here is in our speak, not in our grammar first. And maybe that's all from my our opinion. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so our team decides to be on the speaking side. Uh, I think that both speaking and grammar is important since with grammar we need to know like how to pronounce the thing we want to say and what is the meaning to what we say. But we also need to know how to speak to express ourselves. But if you like see the people that speak English like on YouTube, Instagram, or other social media, they don't really use the grammar that often. Like sometimes they'll like use slang like Indonesia. You don't really speak uh, yeah you don't really speak the word from the KBBI or Kamus Besar Bahasa Indonesia, like some or like in the formal version we will say tidak masuk akal, dan some will say tidak manuk akal. And also in my opinion I prefer speaking because grammar is too complicated and I hate that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, simple.
So me and our team chose the speaking part of English, because I've met a lot of like native speaker, like a lot of people from like the UK, from America or something, and they don't care about grammar at all. Like when they just speak English. That's most of the thing that I heard, like from YouTube, movies, actual people I learned. Mr. Nick. There's an example. There's an example. I can make an example. I heard like a lot of British people say like me instead of mine. For example, like that's my bottle instead of that's me bottle instead of like that's my bottle or something. Also, like you can tell that like in Indonesia, when we were kids, we learned speaking by hearing people speak English, not as speak Indonesian. Like you weren't taught how to what's the past tense of each word when you were like in a year old or something. I have a lot of things to say. Like so, yeah, I think speaking is better but for if you want to like make a formal letter, like in this thing, in this paper, there's still grammar mistake. So Grammarly is still needed. If you want perfect grammar, you can just use Grammarly or something. And if you want to go like outside, you want to go like college in another country, you want to go to the university in MIT, you just need to speak English. Learn to speak English. The pronunciation, the uh, the pronunciation, the vocabulary, the just get eloquent at speaking English. And probably need to learn how to also read you read English. And like English also like came from England, obviously. It's a name like England, English. And they don't even like speak perfect grammar, so grammar is not really that needed until it needs to be formal. So speaking is like the best way on how to enjoy English casually and formally. I think that's all I have to say. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sorry. Okay. So the winner for tonight's nightly